I'm Ed Muzio. As my best-selling book, Iterate, gained popularity, managers and leaders started asking me for tips, actions they could take to help make their management teams better. So I created this series to help you and your team iterate and improve, one small step at a time. This episode is Help Your Team Become More Mature. Are you tired of feeling like you're babysitting your staff? Do you wish your direct reports were more nuanced in their approaches to people and problems? Your worries may feel generic or tough to pin down, but your instincts are worth addressing. Group-level immaturity can cause real issues in both results and engagement. Here's one small step to help you make your team more mature in real time. Move your team up the maturity ladder from dependence to independence to interdependence. Let's get more specific with some particulars. First, assess your current state. Dependence goes with a victim mentality. I have no choice, or the customer is forcing us. It carries a sense of hopelessness with influences outside my control. Independence is less victim and more persecutor or rescuer, like, I'm not going to do that no matter what, or I don't really care what the customer wants. Only interdependence supports the subtle act of creating power with the other party, instead of trying to figure out who has power over whom. Once you know where you are, start where you are. If your team is at dependence, trying to jump straight to the top is a recipe for frustration. From here, emphasize the unique value your people and team bring to the table and their roles in co-creating their own future. Don't fall into the victim trap. Help people reach independence by giving them a strong base to stand on. Then, keep going. As you move to interdependence, don't lose the focus on the value our side brings, but add in a focus on the value and needs of others. Aim for solutions that use the word and instead of the word or. Get clearer about needs versus wants and about what really serves each side. This isn't easy because humans are complex. As you work your way up the ladder, watch out for these pitfalls. First, ignoring self-assessment. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're not always at the top of the ladder yourself. Neither am I. If you ignore your own state as you try to influence your team, you'll come across hypocritical. Instead, lead by example. Second, stopping partway. Getting to independence from dependence feels like the satisfying end to a long journey. Resist the temptation to stop there. Independence, taken too far, is a recipe for conflict and self-centeredness. Keep moving up the ladder. Finally, letting labels replace judgment. When you're driving somewhere new, you look at the map a little bit, and you look out the window at what's really happening a lot, not the other way around. The maturity ladder is just a map, a simple model describing complex human behavior. Use it to get a sense of where you are and to inform your next steps, but don't let it get in the way of intelligent decision-making in your real, complicated situations. So, did this work? You'll know you're on the right track when your team members start to engage in more complex thinking, looking for non-dualistic solutions that are inclusive rather than exclusive. You'll know it worked when you start seeing more shared responsibility, with team members taking collective ownership of tasks and outcomes instead of finding fault. And you'll know it worked when you hear more open dialogue, a noticeable increase in constructive feedback and open communication among team members, with each other and outside the group. Helping your team to adopt an interdependent approach is a core component of linked teams, one of the 5 key practices of iterative management. Support your team in moving up the maturity ladder, and you'll enable them to create more sophisticated solutions and more mutually beneficial agreements, both of which are keys to helping them iterate.